this is. So closing. So we need this inverter schematic. So from this inverter schematic, we need to go for layout. So go for launch here, layout Excel, layout Excel. I'm going for layout now. Create new, automatic layout. Create new, automatic. Click OK. Don't change the name of the cell. Keep it like that only. Click OK. So this is the layout editor window. So we just maximize this. So now create, go for connectivity, generate all from sources. Click OK. So automatically the equivalent of your inverter circuit will be popped up here. So you can observe here that NMOS will have width 2 micro and PMOS will have width 7 micro. Same we can observe in the layout also. So NMOS will be small in size and PMOS will be big in size. So however the connections are there in the schematic, same connections you will try to do in the layout also. So for this layout, always your reference is your schematic. This is the reference for you always for your layout. So and if you click here, see this is the schematic. So if you click PMOS, automatically in the layout PMOS will highlight. The same way, if I click here this NMOS, we just observe here automatically that particular component, the corresponding equivalent of NMOS in the layout will be highlighted. So if I want to see the input, so input I selected in your schematic, so that particular pin will be highlighted in the layout. So this is the input pin. Where VDD you want to find out in the layout, you select here in the schematic, go to layout, you see this is VDD, top is VDD. So this layout anyhow follows same as schematic. So left side is VIN, top is VDD, bottom is ground, and right side is Vout. So now we need to do the connections according to your schematic. You just see here. So your PMOS drain is connected to output and source is connected to VDD, and both the PMOS gates were connected and connected to V input, and all these connections we will see one by one. Now some boundary is there here. I'm removing the boundary. When we are doing the layout, you need to do in this less area only. Generally, layout means how you finally fabricate your inverter. So fabrication means you're just powering the particular materials, right? Polysilicon or metal, like different materials you will power on a silicon substrate, right? On what way you will power, that will be told by this layout. So we'll see to it that we will try to implement your design in a small area as possible. But our motto here is to understand how you will connect the your NMOS and PMOS components in the layout. So our now for time being, when I am learning, we won't concentrate on the area. So I am removing this boundary. Now connectivity you need, right? So for the connectivity, the nets show or hide all incomplete nets. So this will show you the all the connections between the different terminals. Now if you want to see drain will be have some metal and gate will be polysilicon, all those things, the detailed information you just observe here, N well, P well, polysilicon, metal 1, metal 2, how it will be showed, the color will be showed here. Those things if you want to see in this circuitry, you just press from the keyboard Shift F, and please note in the layout editor, this is the layout editor. So in this, any component, either you move horizontally or vertically at a time, one movement only. You cannot move cross you cannot move, either you can move vertically or horizontally, any one only you can move. You cannot move diagonally. So, and this is NMOS, right? Small one is NMOS. So I try to bring it below first. I'll try to replicate my circuit diagram only. Now PMOS is on top, so I'm bringing it to top. First moving vertically, then moving horizontally. So now, first easiest way is the thing is you need here the area and the connections were very important here. There won't be any mismatch from the one connection to another connection. So we need to always take care about that also. So first connection for easier doing, first connection is I will go for gate connection, poly to poly. So this is polysilicon and this is polysilicon of NMOS, and this is the polysilicon of PMOS. So I will put a cursor there on that polysilicon. I press P, automatically it will give me polysilicon. So now we just zoom it. So here some small discontinuity is there. So accordingly, try to match to that discontinuity. So that later errors won't come, because once here you are changing, rest of all connections also will change. So this is very important. And next connection is, we'll go for drain. You just see the connection is there, this connection is there, output connection is there between two drains, right? So obviously this is drain. So again, put near the cursor, press P, automatically it will give you that. You just zoom it. Is it properly aligned or not? Is it properly aligned? No issues. Escape. So I will properly align the output also. So here this boundary is there, right? Your metal cannot touch this boundary. So that's why I'm moving your output. Again P. Try to bring it all the way here. So output layout is done. Now come to below. So the thing is, this pin has to be completely covered by the metal, then only it is easy, rather than partially overlapping. So there should be some minimum area has to be occupied by the metal. So this area is more, the drain area here, this metal area is more compared to this. So I'm trying to bring it from here. That you can go from here to like this, or you can go from here to below. Oh, but better whichever the metal is more width, try to bring the connection from that, so that mismatch won't be there. So all the way overlap it. You can stop here also, but it is good practice. You all the way overlap like this. You just observe here, all the way. You just, instead of stopping at this ground pin, all the way stop here. So escape again. The ground connection is done. In the same way, input. I'll come to the input later. So we'll see VDD now. Again, VDD has to be connected to source of your PMOS. So I put a cursor here, pressing P from the keyboard. So like this yellow will come, so means metal is attached to that. Now if you can extend, metal will come like this. So all the way overlap, all the way overlap. So you just see the connections also proper. The only thing is this is the metal of your source, and this is your connecting metal. This is your connecting metal. Both has to be exactly matched with each other. Then all the connections are done. Only thing is this is the input, and you just see here the connection here from input to the gate is, you just observe the gate is of metal, right? Metal, the material you can observe, see metal one, you just observe here, this color, blue color, light blue color is of metal one, but you see this yellow color, if you select the yellow color, that is polysilicon, right? So if you are doing a connection between two different materials, you need to use vias, you need to use vias. So you can bring like this, if you put a cursor on the pin, input pin, press P, bring it. You cannot all the way go here because metal is different and polysilicon is different. So you need to use a via between two different materials. So right click it, via down to, via down to, you want metal to be converted to polysilicon, right? So that the after via whatever is coming is same as here gate is polysilicon, right? So that's why via down to poly. So just click via. So now polysilicon will come like this. You need to do the connections. I will repeat once again, as here input is metal and the gate is polysilicon. If you are connecting two different materials, you need to use via. So that's it. Is there anything else is there? I will say, just see what about the substrate connections, where the substrate connections are there, right? So here the substrate connections are there, whether you did that connections or not. You can see only this one is gate, see this one is gate, this one is drain, and this one is source. What about substrate? So to see that substrate, right click on it and go to properties, body type, body type. If you integrated means automatically, as I told you, substrate is always connected to the source of your NMOS or PMOS, right? So integrated, if you put, automatically it will come. So you just please observe here. So you just please observe here. So now here only three were there. Now I put it integrated here and click OK. So automatically one more will come here. This is substrate is, and this is source only, right? So this is drain, this is source. For source only substrate will be connected, right? Like that. Same way below also. Below also you just see this is PMOS and below one is the NMOS, right? Again right click it, properties, body type, integrated, click OK. So automatically that connection, the whatever the connection is there in your schematic. So always remember, when you are doing layout, you are doing with some materials, either it is will be metal or polysilicon. You are doing the same whatever the connections are there, same connections with the help of some materials you are doing in the layout. Save it. Now we will check whether your design is proper or not. We will check now. For that, Azura run DRC. So don't change any of the settings. Just click OK. So it is running. Run in progress. Azura DRC run in progress. Yes, click yes. So no DRC errors found means it's okay. Whatever the there are 240 DRC rules were there, means the polysilicon has to be this much area and the overlapping from one material to another material this much, like that. So many rules were there. So all the rules I properly followed. So that's why no DRC errors found, means your layout is fine. So you need to get like this for any design. DRC has to be no DRC errors found. You need to get like this message. Then DRC is success. So then I will go for layout versus schematic. Run LVS. Again, don't change anything. Click OK. Overwrite. LVS run is in progress. Is running. The schematic and layout, you need to get 0 all 0 0 0 comparison, all 0 0 0 you need to get schematic and layout match. You are currently have an open run project, so LVS also properly I got. Yes, and after if you click yes, you need to get schematic and layout match. Did you connected all the layout properly as per the schematic or not? So this window will tell, LVS debug window will tell schematic and layout match is there. Fine. And after that, then only go for AV extracted. So for that, run QRC. GPDK extraction is RC, infinite coupling. Reference node is ground. Already ground will be there. So this is only need to be checked. Rest of all things are no need to check. Click OK. QRC run is in progress. Completed successfully. So you need to open see view AV extracted file. For that, you need to go to library. You select it. So previously you seen schematic symbol only. Now you see how many were there. Layout, physical configuration, constraint files. We need to open this AV extracted file. Okay, so that shift F if I press. So let us say this is your AV extracted file. So each material, how much capacitance and resistance it will have, that will be shown here. You see here, this will have 643.9 milli resistance. So any one resistance, you just zoom it and note down that resistance. This is 2.24 ohm. The capacitance here you will see. Any resistance value if you measure, that's more than enough. Only thing is successfully AV extracted file, that message you need to get. Any one value, all the values will be there. Any one value you just note down in the record. And some of the capacitance also it will show. So these are the capacitances of that particular material. Once all these three were verified, so your inverter is working properly.